People form addiction at their lowest moment. What the devil does is to get into isolation, then give you a toy. That's what he likes. Get into isolation and then give you a toy. Are you aware that flirting is an addiction? Just randomly telling girls that you look amazing. Randomly. Random sampling. We don't talk about these things in church because people don't look like it in suit, but I will talk about it. Just like to take girls high, then disappear. He will just get missing in their life. He's calling. He will do that for like 2 weeks. Just once he sees that, then disappear. He's no longer talking to her again. He's moved to another girl. Wow, love the gown you wore to church today. You're so gorgeous. He has all these sweet words. He doesn't like her. He's just used to raising their dopamine. That's who he is. And he doesn't even know that what he's doing is bad. He doesn't know. It gets to a point that it becomes wickedness. Because you are not going to browse the site, you keep hanging around it. And the girls are keeping seat. Only for you not to go and sit down. I'm saying, no, we need to talk about the issue of flirting. I say it can be an addiction. Always commenting under the post of fine girls. You are the most beautiful girl I've seen today. Always. If you check 5 posts, he's liking them, all the fine girls. And say, I just love the beauty of creation. A tree is not part of creation, my brother. Did God not make the birds of the air? There's toxic admiration. Toxic admiration. There's toxic admiration. I don't know if girls flirt with boys, but somebody sent me a message. Somebody sent me a message on Instagram and say, I just like you. Can I take you on a local dish date? I say, Egbami, all of the work in front of me, this is what you are sending. I just screenshot the thing and forwarded to my wife. See, somebody likes your husband. In case the girl is here, I've reported you. Because these things thrive when you keep quiet. Yes. Somebody likes you as a married man. Tell your wife. The day you tell your wife, that's the day it dies. Women and territory, they will keep you safe. Your wife will just come to the office at the time that secretary is trying to serve tea and say, can you excuse us? The owner is here. Nothing is more humbling like when the wife of a man shows up and send all the crushes out. Can you please excuse us? I want to talk to my husband. Don't colonize your wife. You'll be a wall without defense. Don't colonize your wife. Don't colonize your wife. I said it that don't marry a man whose phone you can't check. There's people, Nigerians, no problem. What is even shocking was that women were also hating the statement because they were raised in abuse. There's a way abuse can school you that you can't do life without it. At the peak of abuse, you fall in love with your abuser. Can you follow what I'm saying? That's the truth. In moments there's something to not to check, then another world is building. It will destroy the home. It will. It doesn't matter how innocent it is. I tell myself, all the thing that God wants me to enjoy in a woman is in my wife. Period. Any other thing is vain imagination. Period. That's the fact. You don't seem to like that statement. You are quiet. And are you here?
Yes, sir.
Or you have left the WhatsApp group? When people go through pain, the devil uses that pain to lure them into his own world. It gives them a form of escape that will become a slave master. Form of escape. Number 3, addictions are formed sometimes through curiosity. Curiosity. I want to know what this feels like. Those who are addicted to alcohol were not born like that. It started from sending them to return bottles and then drinking what is left. That was how I had my first taste of Gouda. I said, these things people are drinking, let me check. I drank, I said, it is bitter. No, maybe it's not bitter. Let me go to 1 cup. Maybe it's this one that is bitter. That's how you will go. The bitter thing will now become sweet. I know we have defense that the Bible didn't actually say that you should not drink alcohol. Today is not the day. I'm going to come to that subject. In fact, I'm not going to tell you whether it's good or bad. I'll just show you the effect across scriptures. If you like it, copy and paste. Just very simple. People form addiction through curiosity. At some point, you wanted to know what it feels like to talk to a girl. Then you want to know what it feels like to touch a girl. One time, I wanted to know what it feels like to kiss a girl. There's one girl in church, always talking, always going home. I've seen things in this life. I will stand in front of the mirror and practice. After we have talked, we talk. Instead of me to go to my house, I will trek. Like you are trekking from here to central area. Trek and just be gisting. Yeah. I practice how I would do it. I will hold her hands, I will look at her and kiss the girl. So that was exactly what I did. We just left church. I've not gotten home. I have done it. Then I was so happy that, see, this is what it feels like. Then of course you enter into buyer's remorse. That is not really just there. As I left the girl, she said, bye-bye, say you too, bye-bye. See you some other time. She didn't like it. I now discovered that the car that was parked in front is my dad's car. The moment we were done eating, he just moved and left and went home. Hey, I got home and I saw him sitting down watching news. I just said in my mind, see, if you will rebuke me, do it. Don't stress me. So I said church was fine. I said, hey. Yes. It was really fine. I said yes. Say, wow. Oh, you came late. Say, actually, go inside now. Till today, we have not talked about we have not talked about the matter. Curiosity. And people go on a journey where there's no return. Curiosity. Number 4, addiction can be the resultant effect of some trauma or abuse. Addiction can be a resultant effect of trauma or abuse. So I'm going to show you there are 2 ways people respond to trauma when it comes to, in respect to abuse. There are 2 ways people respond to trauma in respect to abuse. Are you with me? Are you with me? Number 1, they begin to use the same thing that the abuser have done or something similar to ease their pain. The same thing or something similar to ease their pain. Maybe somebody took advantage of someone sexually, then the person begins to use something similar to that to ease the pain. Number 2, some can't just help but going back to what was done to them. While it was psychologically hurting, it seemed like they enjoyed the experience. They keep going back. Let me say this to you. In this regard, please get me right. You can be addicted to abuse. You can be addicted to being cut down to sizes because you just feel you don't deserve better. Yes, you can be. And then somebody can, maybe a woman raped a boy and then he didn't like it. But later he finds out that he didn't like it because of the woman, but he likes the experience. Then he begins that same experience with other people. All right? And then he can't stop. Most people who are doing things that they can't stop, somebody introduced them to it. And most times they are trusted people. They are trusted people. People that the family believe can't hurt a fly. And that's the problem in African home. We raise children for other people. We use our children to prove to others the kind of parents that we are. We don't raise those children for their future. They know that if they do something, they will get a different kind of beating if it is done before guests. Not because you are trying to discipline the child, because you are trying to prove to the guests, this is not the way we raise our children. What you do is that you build something in them called toxic admiration. They begin to see guests as better than them. Because even the best plates in the house are used for guests. If you have a guest that now begin to touch that child, because you have built a culture of toxic admiration, the child can't talk. They see guests as special angels. A bad way to raise children. I'm going to touch parenting a bit here. Unfortunately, this is Christmas period and many children will be abused again. And the parents keep taking them back to the same family house where they are abusing them. Because they trust the uncle over their own children. Some have not even built the system of knowing when your daughter is saying no. Are you aware that it is important to train your children to learn to say no? When they are affirmative and they are saying, I don't just say he's stubborn. Understand that you are to train their will. Make them stand enough to say no. If you kill that thing, they will not be able to say no to outsiders. Jane, sit down there. Say, mommy, no. They are curious. Why should I sit down? Explain. See, the problem in Africa begins from childhood. Because we kill curiosity. We kill the ability to explain. So we are trying to raise children like zombies. You don't question, you obey. And no society change until you question realities. You must question. Yes, sir. We just say these things and say, when I talk to you, you don't complain. No, they should ask questions. Yes, that's how we start. They are curious. They are wondering, why? Why would you just suddenly say I should have the cartoon? Children who are raised with explanation become better than those who are raised with force. And that's why when many children step out of their parent house, they know they will never come back. Because a soldier raised them. You didn't raise a friend. It is amazing how we become emotionally distant throughout their life. But when they start making money, we want to become friends. It becomes too late. It doesn't work anymore. You must understand that. Let me touch a bit on parenting. Are you with me? Are you getting blessed? Are you sure? Now I'm going to touch on a few things here. Some children began their journey into pornography because they saw it on their parents' phone. Yes. Maybe the father and the mother have a kind of magazine they put under their bed. You put something under your bed. Are you raising fools? You're not raising fools now. They will check the bed. They check everywhere. They check everywhere and they see it. And they will never talk. If some parents know the things some of their children have discovered about them, They probably will not be shouting the way they are shouting. The child knows many things just looking at them. The daddy is an elder in church, always saying, do you know that this is how we do in a Christian home? The girl is just looking, elder. Because we forget that leadership is first a lifestyle. By example. You want to raise godly children, be godly parent. That's the way it is done. You can't give what you don't have. Are you following what I'm saying here? Some children began their journey to pornography by seeing it on their cousin's phone, the brothers, and all that. I know you love people, but you must doctor the environment for the sake of your children. Very important. Create right environment for children to grow. Let me say this to you. When it comes to parenting, suspect everybody. What did I say? When it comes to parenting, do what? Suspect everybody. Suspect the person taking care of the child. Suspect the teacher in school. Suspect all those that have access. You see, the moment you stop being suspicious, you are lowering your guard. Sometimes just break into, all right, the place where they maybe did not need the school. Check. Permit me to use this word. There are funny people out there. There are funny people out there who will do many things to children. Let me share this with you. There was a boy. This boy was in, I can't remember, maybe nursery 3 then or primary 1, I can't remember. But he was around 7, 8. He has been expelled from 3 schools at that age. All right, so what he does is that when girls are leaving the class, going to toilet or ease themselves, he'll follow them. Then he'll start touching their genitals. Some of them are bold enough to come back to report. Sometimes the teachers will catch him, then they will expel him. And the teachers were complaining that even if you are flogging this boy, as you are flogging him, you will notice that your money is missing. Yes, right there. He's become so much of an expert that before you are done, your money is gone. He will remove the money. All right, and he won't cry. I became interested in his case. What is going on? I have this, that. Let me handle this boy's case. I went to his house to see his parents. When I got to the house, I knocked. Nobody was answering. I knocked, but I saw that the door was not locked. So I opened. The family I knew. So I opened. Then I met the boy. I met the 2 elder brothers seated, and in front of them a large television where they were watching pornography. Any work that takes you away from your children has taken too much from you.